Morning and welcome to this training 20. Today we have got an upper body foam roll, so all about mobility. We did a lower body foam roll the other week, so this is obviously for the upper half. So grab your foam roller and we're going to start from the top and work our way down. So bring yourself down to the floor. We're going to start on the neck. So grab your foam roller and place it literally on the back of your neck like so. All we're going to do here, first of all, is turn your head side to side, gently pushing down into the foam roller and kind of feeling that massage down your neck, particularly down the sides here as you come across. And you can really kind of go for smaller movements on the side here, kind of work into one side and then roll it over, work into the other. Kind of massage those trap muscles that go up into the neck and toward the head. So getting into those sides in particular here, first of all. That's when you spend a little time here. We're not going to spend loads of time on each one because I want to get a lot in today. So as much as this is a mobility session, I want to take a lot away from it and maybe spend some more time on the ones you kind of enjoyed or the ones you think you need to work on more. From here, you're just going to sit yourself up, you're going to roll it towards you a little bit and then lie back on it so it's right at the top of your shoulders like so. Maybe just start with it just below your shoulder blades. You're going to cross your hands over, lift your bum up slightly, and then we're just going to roll on that upper traps up so it's nice and high. See, I've got my hips up a little bit, I've got my weight right on the foam roller by lifting up my hips. And it's just a small movement. I'm hitting those upper traps just here, right at the top of the shoulders, like so. You can lean over to one side. Traps do get very tight, so this may be quite uncomfortable, and you can lean over to the other side. But I'm just spending a bit of time on these traps here. Keep that going. What I'm talking about is this part here, so just be feeling it right into there where you tend to get a shoulder massage. That's where we're looking to put most of our weight. So just spend some time there first of all. Again, like I say, you can favour one side by drifting over slightly and twisting the body, and then over to the other side as well. From here, we're going to take it just below the shoulder blades now and work on the upper back. Same idea, you've got your spine in the middle, so that's breaking your body in half in terms of what we're working with today. So with the upper back, it's fine to kind of just roll flat, so you're hitting both sides because you've got more muscle and flesh up here, so you're not going to be rolling directly on the spine. Let me just shut myself down. So it's absolutely fine to just roll flat here, like so. But what you can also do is favour one side, so twist yourself over to one side slightly. You can adjust your position and focus on one side of the upper back here. See, I'm only going about halfway down my back, and then you can swap it over, transition onto the other side. Same again here. I'm only going to like halfway down my back and then back up. Spending some time, you can kind of rest this arm down. I'm just trying to push down into the foam roller, work into those back muscles, alleviate any tension, any knots. You want to spend time on them. So take your time here, working into that back. And then we'll swap it over again. You put your arm out here so we're focused more on the side. Like so. Awesome. From here we're going to take it back to about the shoulder blades again. So I'm just sitting kind of nice and relaxed here. I'm still kind of rounded forward if anything. I'm going to take both arms up. I'm going to reach them overhead. I'll get out a bit more room. Keep rolling up. So yeah, around shoulder blade level, you're going to go over, reach with the arms. See how big I'm arching the back onto the foam roller. And then I'm going to bring it back to that starting position. Just going to go for a few reps here, really extending and opening up the back. And then back down. Just going to go for a few reps here. through it, nice and relaxed, feeling that stretch. And then we'll go one more. Awesome, right, so we're going to do the exact same thing. We're just going to simply move it down a little bit, no lower than mid-back. So I'm on the mid-back now. I'm just going to cause my back to arch a lot more. So now I'm here, I go back, big arch, reach over with the head, with the hands, and then back. So you see how I'm only on mid-back. We're not addressing any of the lower back yet. We're going over, and then back here. Just going to keep this going like we did before. Big reach. And back. We're going to go one more here. Awesome. Right, so we're going on to the lat next. So your lat under here, this is where we're focusing on, that big muscle that comes right down your side on the back. So what you're going to do is you're going to start up pretty much just below your armpit, and you're going to line it like so. This is where we're going to spend most of our time. We'll do a bit of movement up and down just to kind of get into the best position. So I want you to just kind of, you've got this foot up supporting. You're just going to use that foot to kind of drift us up and down like so. Now you should kind of find a spot near the armpit, which can be quite tight. The lower we go, the kind of we lose it, we start to hit the ribs, unless you turn the body backwards, because the lats are mainly on the back. So you can turn here and hit more of the lat a bit more. But generally, we're going to be looking for this more meaty part up towards the armpit. So we're going to should be staying quite high here. And all we're going to do is try and roll forwards and backwards. So I'm going to roll forwards, and then I'm going to try and roll back and kind of open my chest up to the ceiling and kind of roll forwards and backwards like so. Now adjust the foam roller, try and find quite a tender part. I'm going to go forwards and backwards. So I found a part here, which definitely feels tight. I can feel it's really getting into my lat muscles, so I'm just going forwards and back here. You can move slightly up and down on it, whether it feels nice or whether you're just trying to find a better position. And then once you've found a good position, we're going to go forwards and back. Forwards and back. Let's take it onto the other side. Transition over. I'm going to stay facing the camera. So just below the armpit, again, like I say, you can work up and down a little bit because you can hit more of the lat, but also just to kind of find the best place. So this one feels really tight here. So I'm going to go forwards and back. Rolling, making sure you're trying to get towards the back, not coming too far forwards, and then working out there. Constantly adjusting with foam rolling is completely normal, whether it's too uncomfortable or whether you're not finding you in the right place. You can angle the foam roller slightly differently as well. Obviously there's lots of tools you can use. There's a peanut, there's big balls, small balls, loads of different ways to get into this, but I thought I'd go foam roller for the whole of this, as most people tend to have at least a foam roller, if anything. And we're just going forward and back onto this lat here. Cool, from here we're going to go into the tricep. Now again, can be quite uncomfortable, especially if they're tight. So how are you going to do this one? Let's say I've just come from the lat here. I'm going to place my arm with my palm facing up with the just above my elbow. So I'm resting on it just above the elbow, and I'm pushing up toward the armpit and then back. So let me shuffle this way. So just above the elbow, up towards the armpit and then back. Again, you can change the angle of your tricep by twisting your arm, twisting your wrist, turning your hand. We're looking to go up the back of the arm, rolling out that tricep here, like so. Again, if you find a particularly tight part or tender, you can spend a bit of time on it by going for some smaller movements on that area. Main thing is when you're doing any of these foam rolling positions, just try and find a comfortable position. So somewhere where you feel like you can spend a bit of time and focus on the actual muscle you're trying to foam roll, rather than how uncomfortable you are in the position you're trying to be in. So try and find some comfort whilst putting yourself in pain, basically. Cool, so we'll swap it over onto the other side. So again, imagine you just come from the armpit. Just going to place that tricep on. I'd start with the just above the elbow and start to work up towards that armpit, going up the back of the arm, like so. Again, just trying to find, there's no real wrong way to do this, just trying to find the best position, whether that's the most uncomfortable or most comfortable. That may be up to you. We want to spend time in those uncomfortable positions where we're really getting into the muscle and trying to loosen things off, but that can take a lot of practice. So just do your best for now, working into that tricep. You get nice and high and go right up to the armpit, like so, which is going to take us nicely onto our next one, where we're going on to the deltoid. So obviously your triceps, this back muscle on the back of the arm here. We're looking at your deltoid, mainly the front of the deltoid rather than the back. We're getting into this meaty part here, like so. So how we're going to do this one, you're going to lie it down, you're going to rest with your arm underneath you. My arm comes through here, I've got my other hand supporting. I'm just trying to put my weight down onto that shoulder, onto the side of the shoulder, and kind of just use my arm and use my legs, just kind of roll myself up and down, hitting this area here of that deltoid up there, okay? So I'm here, I'm just pushing up and down like so, working into that deltoid. You can really try and turn your body and get more aggressive with this one. See, I've got my arm directly underneath with my palm up. I'm just rolling on that shoulder and working into that muscle there. This would be a more invasive maneuver. It's probably not too much more uncomfortable, to be fair, so maybe the better one, so I definitely recommend trying both. Let me show you on the other side as well. So I'm here first of all, I'm dropping my shoulder down on, my hands facing up. I'm just using my body to kind of support myself and roll on the side of that shoulder, up and down here. And then, like I said, you can come onto your hands and knees, hand through the middle, and really work into that shoulder just by pushing more body weight down into it and rolling onto that shoulder there. Awesome, the next one we're going to go for is the chest. So what we're looking for here, here's your chest, muscles go across like so, and they connect up here. So this is where we're going to be spending most of our time, opening up this area here. So the foam roller is going to be like so, rolling across with this arm out wide, okay? So let me show you down. So get the foam roller down, you're going to lie down so that you're, just that area that I just showed you is pushing down on it, that side of the chest. And then you're going to use your body, position your body to kind of roll across, in and out, opening up that area there. It can be a very tender area, especially if you've been doing some upper body workouts, like press ups. Just rolling across, side to side, like so. Moving side to side here. You can really work it right in, you can really work it right out onto the front of that deltoid almost. It can be a very tender area and a really good place to spend some time trying to open up those shoulders. And sometimes it's the chest itself. When we've got tight chest, it's what pulls our shoulders forwards and gives us less range of motion and mobility in the shoulders. I'm going to turn it over there and I'll show you on the other side as well. So again, dropping that chest down onto the foam roller and then working side to side here, keeping that arm out wide. Again, just find a comfortable position. Like I say, you can lift this leg up to try and get a better position, but it's all about finding comfort whilst finding the best way to manipulate into the area you're looking at. Spend some time on this chest here. Awesome, right, so we're going to look at the lower back next. Now on the lower body one, we worked on the glute and stuff, which is a great way to release the lower back. And you'll hear people say you shouldn't foam roll the lower back. The reason they say that is because unlike the upper body, when we were lying flat on it like so, there's a lot of meat, there's a lot of muscle there to kind of not make it sort of rolling on the spine. Whereas as we get lower, you're more likely to put it on the spine, okay? And we don't want to roll on bone, we don't want to roll on the spine. So we're going to do two different things first. We're going to go just below mid-back, so just on the lower section. And then we're going to gently reach back, so much bigger arch here. And then forwards. We're not rolling up and down, we're just stretching out over that foam roller. The more you arch, the less that spine is exposed. So when I'm rounding up here, I can feel the spine on the foam roller, but it's not particularly uncomfortable or anything. And then I'm reaching over like so. Just going to go for a few of these here. Again, you can adjust a little bit so you can go a little bit further. You don't want to go too far so that it's too uncomfortable on the lower back, just causing that arch. And then back up we go. Now one thing I like to do here is if you arch back, you can kind of bring yourself into this position here, where now my bum's off, the foam roller is completely on my lower back. Again, we're not going to roll up and down on it, we're just going to roll our knees slightly side to side, like so. And what you'll feel is when the knee goes to the side, it really exposes the kind of meaty area next to the spine. And you can kind of spend a bit of time on each side. It can be very tender. So just rocking those knees to the side and working on that area there. But yeah, not spending any time on the spine in the middle, working over side to side, very tight here, and side to side there. And then we're going to get into manipulating these areas by sitting yourself up, placing the foam roller right up against you. So we're going to focus on that lower back, but rather than being flat on, we're going to come to the side here. So I've got all my weight on one side, just next to the spine. So focus on that one side first, and then getting into that tender area whilst avoiding being on the spine. So we're going to work up and down here, like so. As you can see, I've got a strong forearm underneath, my bum's off the floor. I'm just using my legs to support me in my movement up and down. I can open up the body slightly to hit the quite wide area that we're working here, and then roll forwards to hit that whole area as I move up and down. So I'll show you on the other side, but this is where we're looking here, this area right there. So I'll bring it to the other side, right next to the bum, get a good position, and then kind of work on that area. Like I say, you can lie back a little bit, hit that area a bit more, but just avoiding the spine which just runs up here. Working up and down, working side to side, slightly to hit the most tender areas, trying to get into that side of the lower back. And rest there, nice one, cool. So there is a ton of foam rolling you can do there for the upper body. Really nice to kind of manipulate these areas, especially as the lower body can be quite painful and the upper body is sometimes hard to get to, but I hope you found some new and useful ways to do so, and I hope you enjoyed it generally. So otherwise, I will catch you next time.